Hey guys, welcome back to this video, to my channel. If you are new, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. I think we're really gonna have a good time today because I have some really fun products, really great products that I have been loving for the month of March, and I'm excited to share those with you. So I've got a little bit of everything going on here, so if you're curious to see what I was loving for the month of March, what treated me very well, then just keep on watching. Alright guys, so I'm going to start off where to start, you know? I think I'm going to start off with the boring, everyday humdrum stuff. So let's start off with hair. Over the years, my hair has thinned out quite a bit. I'm sure a lot of it is due to stress. There have been some products that over the years have really thinned out my hair, have caused my hair to fall out, which is not great. But anyways, long story short, I do deal with very fine, thin hair, which is a bummer. You see these girls with like the luscious, long, flowy, thick hair, and you're like, oh, that's nice. Anyways, but each one of us is different, and that's so nice. That's what makes us unique. So I'm always on the hunt for that awesome shampoo that's just going to be or work wonders for my hair. So for a long time I still have a bottle of Clear. It's a purple, comes in a purple bottle, and it treats my hair very, very well. But you know that smell of hair, like after 2 or 3 days of not washing and you're like, it's time to wash my hair. Well, this shampoo takes care of that. If I need to go an extra day, I can go an extra day. This kind of, it makes my hair smell good. It makes my hair feel thicker. I don't know what is in this stuff. But long story short, I used to use Head & Shoulders growing up because curly hair people have very dry scalp. But anyways, I haven't had the need to use it in a very long time. Well, I have a friend who was like, hey, Head & Shoulders has been working great for me. Like, I don't get a hair smell, and if I need to go an extra day, and it's like making my hair more manageable. So I thought, I'm gonna give it a try. Well, my husband had the green apple one in his shower, and so I tried it out and I'm like, wow, I like how this feels. I went and bought the one that my friend recommended, which was the Smooth and Silky, and you guys, this shampoo has been a lifesaver. My hair is like 20 times more manageable than before. It's just, I can style it, I can get it to do what I want it to do, and it's not super rebellious. It's also feeling a little bit thicker. Now, also, I do use the Kopari Coconut Balm. I've been using that for years, and that also, I feel, has made a difference in my hair, but that combined with this, oh my gosh, and this smells so good, and no joke, I can go between 3 and 4 days, and my hair still smells, like it doesn't smell old and gross. This, guys, $5, blowing my mind right now, definitely a favorite. Let me put it down before we have a spill or something. The next thing is a face wash. I've been on like a spree of drugstore face washes. I think part of it's because I have been buying high-end face washes for a while, and I'm at a point where I'm like, I'm spending all this money and I'm not really finding something that's really knocking my socks off. With the exception of is it the Tarte, is it the Deep Cleanse, the one that has like the exfoliating feel? That one is amazing, worth every penny. But for days that I don't want to use that type of exfoliator, I'm like, I need just a regular wash. I think last month I showed you all the Clean and Clear lemon face wash. I still love that one, you guys. $5-6, and I can't believe it is so good. This one is right alongside that one. It is like $6 at Walmart. It is the Aveeno Positively Radiant. It's part of the Positively Radiant line, which if y'all remember, in January I had bought the serum primer. It's part of that lineup. It's the Micellar gel cleanser. I never say Micellar. Anyways, I always say it wrong, but the gel cleanser and makeup remover draws out skin dulling impurities. This smells beyond amazing. It's probably the best smelling face wash I've ever used, and boy does it make my skin feel clean by the time I'm done. This thing really washes my skin well. It helps take off the makeup. Now I do go in with a makeup melting balm before any cleanser, but this, guys, it does the trick. And I think, again, it's like $6.94, something along those lines at Walmart. So amazing. It comes with 5.1 fluid ounces of product. You can't beat that. If you go to Sephora, you won't find a $6.94 face wash that works this good. Well, there's a few out there that, you know, y'all have your own favorites, and we each have our own favorites, but that one, that's my favorite at the moment. Let's go ahead and move on to beauty products. So first and foremost, the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. So when I did my last video of, it wasn't first impressions, it was just a get ready with me using new products I had purchased, and this was one of them. And I had told y'all that I bought the small size because I didn't want to fork out the $30 for the big one if, one, I wasn't gonna like it, two, I've got several primers that I'm rotating out, and so it seems like I never get through one because then a new one gets released. So I thought, I'm gonna pay $15 for the small size, and that way, you know, I'll go through it and see if I really like it. You guys, why didn't I buy the big size? This is the most amazing primer of life. Well, alongside the Tatcha Silk Canvas, because that one is in a class of its own, quite frankly. This is so good. So it feels like a hybrid between the J1 Jelly Pack and like a moisturizing gel lotion or something. So it's got the properties of that sticky glue-like primer kind of thing, and then it also has a hydrating tendency. So it's really bizarre. It goes on feeling really cooling to the skin, and it has made my makeup look so flawless. My foundation looks, it goes on easily. I don't need to use a ton of it, and honestly, it stays on and looks so smooth. This has been such a win that as soon as this one's out, oh, trust me, I will be buying the full size at $30. Next up is a foundation brush. I had hauled this a couple of months ago, I think, and I told y'all I would let you know how I liked it. Well, obviously I'm loving it because it's in this video. And it is the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea foundation brush. I don't know the exact term for it or the exact name, but I will link it in the description box below. It looks like this, so the handle looks like a, I don't know, a seaweed or something, obviously from the sea. It's really, really pretty, and the crazy thing is, like, it is, I like the grip it gives. The bristles, so this is so amazing. It's a very small brush. It is a foundation brush, so it's not going to give you as much ground to cover because it is smaller. However, the density, it's a little bit shorter, and just the size is so perfect, because what I've been doing is, instead of dotting my foundation all over my face, I've been pumping out on the back of my hand, grabbing this, dipping a little, and going in. And I typically find that most of the time a brush will leave a little bit of a streaky finish, and I keep on going back to my beauty blender. Like, my beauty blender or a beauty sponge is the way to go to apply foundation. I keep on coming back to that. I have been using this nonstop, and my beauty sponge has been totally neglected. Guys, this is so good. I can't even tell you. And what I also love about it is that I've been pulling double duty with this. I'll use it for my foundation and for my concealer because it's small enough to be able to get into that little area without making a mess, without getting in my eye. And that's what I love also, is that pull double duty. If you travel a lot, one brush to do both functions, that is amazing. So I think it was $28, and I think it was well worth the price point. Tarte brushes, aside from their limited edition sets, just their regular brushes are actually very good quality. They're easy to use. They do a great job, and this is no exception. This is probably my favorite foundation brush of all time. I highly, highly recommend it. So what I used to apply my foundation today. My foundation's still going strong, still looking really good. On the lines of foundation slash concealer, I do have a favorite concealer today. It's the concealer I am wearing today, and this one blew my mind because I thought it was all about the hype, and I'm like, yeah, this one's all hyped up. No, it's legit. It's the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer. I got mine in the shade Light Beige at Walmart for $5. And I like it more than some of my high-end concealers, which is ridiculous. You've already seen this. Really nothing to go over because you know what it looks like. It's got the one, like the Tarte Shape Tape, and it is very, very full coverage. So it does, yes, what they say is true, it does dry quickly. I still have time to put it on both and then go in with one and blend out the other before it really dries down. I'm a light to light medium skin tone for reference, and this has been working really well. It's a little bit lighter than what I typically buy in foundations, but based on the shade range that was available, it was either this or the next shade in the medium, which was way too dark, so I thought this one will work. And you guys, it covers so much that my under eyes look flawless by the time I'm done. Love, love, love. I cannot believe this was $5. Next up is another e.l.f. product, ironically, and these have been such a lifesaver. So whenever I put tape right here, I just don't like how it feels very cumbersome. It's hard to peel off. It's just not the greatest. This is kind of nah, for me. e.l.f. has these Line and Define eye tapes, and they are beyond incredible. So it was $2 for this bag of 40 strips. Now what I have found is that I don't need to use 2 strips every time I want to do my eyes. I will use 1 strip and cut it in half because they are so long. Look, this whole strip, well, I don't need something going like the whole parameter of my face. I just need something for that one little area where I'm trying to do like a winged shadow or something along those lines. Now granted, if you're doing it for something completely different with your eyes or whatever you're doing, then if you need the whole thing, you can. But I like to be able to cut it and make it last a little bit longer, get through these a little bit slower. But at $2, honestly, even if you had to use 2 every time, you're still good. These are incredible, and I actually want to go buy another bag because every time I find something that I really like this, it either gets discontinued, it sells out, and then I can't find it for forever. These are everything. It's what I used in my Dose of Colors Minnie Mouse tutorial or demo and review video, and it made such a difference. Like it, well worth the $2, guys. So next up, let's go into a highlighter that is not new. It's one that's been in my drawer for 2-3 months, and I don't know, for whatever reason, I had not been reaching for it. Well, I reached for it last week on my Shop My Stash, and I remembered why I love it so much. I have been using it every single day since then. It's the Fenty Beauty How Many Carats. Now, this is a turnoff for a ton of people because it's got a ton of sparkle. That's really all it is. It's not a sheen highlighter. This is just sparkle. It's suspended in this formula that just looks incredible. I don't even know what to tell you. For a glitter, for a person who is die-hard, leave a little sparkle wherever you go, this is right up my alley. So you guys pretty much know what this looks like. This is nothing new, but I don't know why I didn't remember that the sparkle was this amazing. And to swatch it, you'd say, okay, that's like nothing super special, nothing super spectacular, but you put it on and it is ridiculous. I don't even know. It almost gives, here's what I don't understand. It gives a very wet look, but it's only sparkle. I don't understand. Well, anyways, that's where Rihanna does it right. Everything related to her makeup line is incredible. I love it. Anyways, let's move on. A highlighter. This highlighter has been everything. Who knew it was gonna be a $10 highlighter? Disney $10 highlighter. You guys know. It's the Disney Villains collaboration with Colourpop. This is the Maleficent highlighter, and you guys have no idea. This one is so intense. It's probably the most intense cream highlighter I own at this point. The first time I used it, my mouth opened. I was like, you know when you don't know if you heard something right and you're like, what? It was one of those things. It's so amazing. Now it is a Super Shock highlighter, so it is more of a cream formula. It's got that bouncy kind of finish. A little bit gives you super high wattage. I don't even know how to tell you. It does have some sparkle in it, so just be wary of that, but this is by far my very favorite cream highlighter of all time, and I am ridiculously impressed by this, you guys. Cannot believe it was 10 bucks. And yeah, it's gonna get put to very good use. All right, let's move on to the last of what I have, which are 4 eyeshadow palettes. And so the first one is not a new palette. It's one, again, just like the Fenty How Many Carats, I rediscovered. I was trying to recreate a look, and I was like, you know what? I think I'll use this neon shade, and I think I'll use this as my like super intense metallic foil shade. It's the Jouer Skinny Dip eyeshadow palette, and it has been sitting in my eyeshadow drawer. I knew I loved it. I just hadn't pulled it out for months and months and months. And you guys, the love is real for this palette. It is incredibly pigmented. It's super foiled. It's super metallic, and it will make something pop on your lid. If you've got another shadow going on, a dark shadow, even a neon shadow, this thing will pop on your eyelid. It is incredible. Let me give you a couple of swatches. This is nothing new. It's been out for quite some time. And honestly, when I first picked it up, I was like, I don't know if I'm interested in paying 40 bucks for a palette that has 6 shades. Well, if you can get a palette that has 6 shades that are the most metallic and intense that you've ever come across, then it's definitely worth the $40. So that's what 3 of the 6 shades look like right there. And they are intensely shiny. So if you are a metallic fiend as far as your eyeshadows, then you are going to love these. I'm so happy I pulled this one back out because it has gotten quite the use for the month of March. Okay guys, let's move on to the next palette, and it is the Anastasia Riviera palette. Now, I did not do a review on this, however, I did do a tutorial, and I think I had said in that video that this is my favorite Anastasia palette that has ever released. The color scheme in this is perfect. It's right up my alley, and every single one of these shades and the way they tie in together is so appealing. I feel like it's very pleasing to the eye. I find them very easy to work with, and just as bright as they are in the pan is how they come across on the eye. This pink is the most neon eyeshadow I have ever come across, and I love using it. And that's the kind of neon that I really like to use. Now, when I said that I was using the Jouer the Skinny Dip palette for the foiled shades, it was in conjunction with some neon shades, and it looked so good. This palette is by far the best that she has released. Now, a lot of people haven't been into it, and I guess it's one of those things where, you know, there's something for everybody. Not everyone's gonna love everything that is released, but this one was perfect. Right up my alley, perfect for spring and summer, and I love that they changed out the packaging. It's like this canvas feeling packaging, and it's very nautical, and it's very pretty, and it's a perfect addition to the Anastasia lineup. So this one was totally a favorite. I got plenty of use out of it, and I've put it to the side for now so I could test other things, but I keep on wanting to come back to it. So that was definitely a favorite. Next up is a very affordable option. It was $18 and is probably one of my favorite palettes, I'd say of all time, but I don't know about that, but it's definitely a favorite. Like, if I had to pick a top 20 eyeshadow palette list, this would definitely be in that list. It's the Colourpop Sweet Talk eyeshadow palette. This is, again, just like I said with the Anastasia palette, this is my favorite Colourpop palette so far. They really came out of like the box and like just did something different with different formulas, different finishes. Now, it is a very peachy themed eyeshadow palette, which is perfect for spring and summer, and I love these types of shades because these types of shades help my eye color to pop. But in addition, they included a Super Shock shadow and 2 glitter shadows. Now, these 2 glitter shadows are not eye safe. It's more the crafty kind of glitter that doesn't have a cut that's appropriate for the eye, but let's be real, everyone who has used this on YouTube has used that glitter on their eye. I'm just saying. So let me give you a couple of swatches. This is, again, the best Colourpop palette so far. Let me give you these 2 shades. This is still stained from the Anastasia palette, but this palette is so pigmented. It's like the quality is right in line with a high-end palette, which blows my mind that it's $18 and yet it performs so well. So I'm hoping you can see that. So there's the Super Shock shadow, and up here is the glitter. And that's what those look like. But again, super pigmented, blendable, easy to work with. It's hard to believe that something that inexpensive could be so good. But you guys, if it's limited edition, so it's one of those things where I'm kind of, you know, I don't always say run out and buy something, but for that, if those shades are up your alley, if you like sparkle, if you like intense, then run out and buy that one before it runs out. So last but certainly not least, I have a palette that is not new. It's new to me because I picked it up during the month of March, but it's not new in that it recently released. It's the BH Cosmetics Take Me Back to Brazil Rio edition. So this was $20 and I had a coupon. It came out to $16. And again, I want to know how these inexpensive palettes are so good. I don't understand, because here we are paying an arm and a leg at Sephora for all the high-end ones when there's a ton of these out there. I don't know if a ton, but there's a good amount out there that are such good quality. So the pan sizes are very small, and at first glance it can kind of be a turnoff. You're like, oh, these are very small. But honestly, when are you ever going to go through a whole pan of product when you keep on adding to your collection? But given that, I love brights, I love neon shades, I love pops of color, I love very bright eyeshadows, and obviously this is very, very loud. There's practically every color you could think of for pink, for green, for blue, for purple, for orange, and just, here's the thing, just as they look in the pan is how they go onto my eyelid, which is what truly made this a favorite for me, because a lot of times you'll see these in the pan and then you put them on your lid and you're like, womp womp. It's just kind of dull, it's kind of muted, it's not what it looked like in here. Oh no, it is what it looked like in here. And I have not had to use my NYX Milk eye pencil as like a canvas to kind of give it that help to pop. No, I can put this directly on my eyelid and it is stunning as far as the eye color. So, or as far as the shade. So let me give you a couple of these swatches for the brighter shades, and they are so super soft. I hardly have to dig my finger in here to get any color payoff, and which it blows my mind. So let me give you these swatches. Look how amazing and shiny and bright they look. And no joke, every single pan of product looks like this, which, you know, blows my mind and makes me so, so happy because this is going to be perfect for summer. All right, guys, that brings us to the end of my March favorites. So quite a bit, and I have been loving each and every one of those products. It has made for a great month of March when it comes to makeup. Before I let you go, I want to give you the verse of the day. Today's comes from Jeremiah 29:11, and it's just in an effort to encourage you, to motivate you, and to let you know that Jesus loves you so very much. And it says, I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. All right, guys, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you'll consider subscribing if you are new to my channel. Please give this video a thumbs up if you found it entertaining, helpful, or you just like these types of videos. I will see you guys very soon in the next video, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye, everybody.